Simon, good morning.
Good morning, David. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome to Salon Privé Chelsea here for the first time. So it's last week we were doing this on Sloane Street, weren't we?
We were. Yeah, when we caused a bit of a stir.
A few protesters that joined us on that central. You couldn't have written it last week. Actually, we hosted for the first time the Salon Privé Concours on Sloane Street, and we found out very late the night before that there was a pro-Iranian march coming through Sloane Street. Right in the middle of the day. So these guys and others were all sat there presenting their cars as 10,000 or so very peaceful protesters walked through the street. So yeah, it was interesting. Anyway, Tahir, welcome to Salon Privé and welcome Encor Design.
Thank you. It's great to be here for our first time.
Over to you. Talk us through the new car, Simon.
Thanks, David. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Simon Lane, and I am the commercial director and one of the co-founders at Encor Design. We're a new company, and we launched in December last year. I'm joined with some of our directors over beside me here. So we've got Dan, who's our director of design. Dan, put your hand up. So Dan was responsible for designing this car, and he and I worked together at Lotus Cars for a number of years. We've got William Ives, our managing director, who's been overseeing all of the engineering on our car, and we've also got Shelton Frey, who's one of our other directors. We also have David Trigg here, who's from Premier GT, who are our UK dealer, who we're going to announce today. So thank you for joining us, David. So Encor was formed, as I said, as a new start company with a team of industry experts. We all come from a background of either design, engineering, manufacturing, or commercial, and we set out to really form one of the best restomod companies in the UK, building a remastered Lotus Esprit S1 in carbon fibre. Why the Esprit? Well, we all love this car. You can see we've got an original Esprit S1 on the stand here from 1976. All of us have owned Esprits over the years. We all love that car. We love the way that it rides and handles, but we wanted to revisit it, amplify the things that were great about it, and address some of the things that we saw as shortcomings. So without further ado, I'm going to invite Dan and Will to come down and unveil the Encor Series 1. So here it is. What is the Encor Series 1? Well, it is, as I say, an Esprit remastered. We've very much taken inspiration from the original Series 1, as you can see next to me, but every area on the car has been given attention. So the shape has been gently stretched and modernised. The car is almost the same length and height, but is slightly wider, and it's slightly wider because we use a Lotus Esprit V8 as our donor vehicle. So we take an Esprit V8, we remove the glass fibre body shell, strip the car back to just the chassis, and then rebuild the car with a completely rebuilt 3.5 litre twin turbo V8 engine, a rebuilt gearbox, so it's a 5-speed manual, and a completely new, completely re-engineered carbon fibre body shell and body. Inside the car, the electrical architecture is also new. So our sister company, Skyships Automotive, you may not have heard of, but Skyships Automotive are a tier 1 supplier into the automotive industry. And many of the hypercars that you will see here today contain Skyships electronics. So this car has the same screen in the center console as the latest Gordon Murray T33, been adapted for our car, and our electronic architecture is also very closely related to some other hypercars that Skyships work with. So we have a very reliable, very modern electronic architecture, and that means that we have features that you might not expect to see in a car like this. Underneath the mirrors, you can see that we've got a pod for a camera. That's because we have a 360-degree parking camera system. We have keyless entry, keyless ignition, and we also have Apple CarPlay connectivity within the car. It's super light, so we've lost a lot of weight. The Esprit V8 donor car weighs 1,380 kilograms wet. This car weighs 1,107 kilograms. We also have a little bit more power, so we have 400 horsepower versus the original engine at 350. And then you can see we've got modern wheels, tyres, much better brakes from AP Racing, so 6-pot calipers on the front and 4-pot calipers on the rear. Revised suspension, so we have new dampers, new springs, and then inside you'll see everything inside the car has been revisited with a completely new cockpit, a new interpretation of the wraparound instrument cluster with touchscreen capability. It really is a complete revision, but we very much stuck to the principles of Colin Chapman throughout the re-engineering and design exercise on this car, constantly asking ourselves what would he have done, and hence, as I've mentioned, we've gone for lightweight, so we are super light. So without further ado, I would invite you to come and have a look around the car, and please ask myself or any of the directors any questions you'd like to, and please take some pictures. The car is open as well, so we can let you have a look inside. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you.